Hi, I'm Colin.
And I'm Bert.
This is Dabbing with Washington Artists. The idea is simple. 6 questions.
And 6 dabs.
As we get to know the artists behind the art that makes Washington, Washington.
So sit back and light those torches.
Because this is Dabbing with Washington Artists.
Hey, this is Henry from the Henry Hagen Band. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube, at Harbor Hen on Instagram. Thank you.
For today's series of dabs, we will begin our smoke session with a lemon cane, a blue magoo, and a Jack Skellington, and we will round the interview out with a mac and cookies, a blackjack diamonds, and a bright berry.
Welcome to Dabbing with Washington Artists. Today we are joined by Henry Hagen.
What up?
Go ahead and get started today. So our first dab of the day is going to be lemon cane.
Lemon cane is a sativa-dominant strain with a phenomenal terpene profile of citrusy lemon and sugar cane. We found a gram of these beautiful diamonds at a shop in 74th Street in Capitol Hill.
Excellent. And then we can just pop that off.
That tastes good.
For question number one of the things we always like to ask our guests is, what role does cannabis play in your creative process?
Well, I like to smoke some cannabis and then get down and play an instrument just randomly. I do a lot of Facebook Live videos, and it's like an instrument that I haven't played all day or for a few days, and then I'll smoke some, and then I'll sit down, and then I just just improvise. And so it kind of gives me a little creativity on that. I just like to smoke.
Oh, for sure.
To be honest.
Absolutely.
But the creative process of it doesn't heighten it to be able to figure out where I can go, and brings people together, and then we can all be able to discuss and communicate. But I like to smoke and then just sit down on the piano or play the guitar and just go for it and then see what happens. Because to me, it's pretty exciting.
Oh, and as far as say indicas or sativas, which one drives you better, more creatively? Do you have a preference? Or?
Indica dominate
I'm
first,
very
but I like sativas because it tastes good. I'm not really too picky. I like flavor, so that was really good.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So if I had to choose, it'd be an indica with a flavor.
So you like that terp profile?
Oh, the terp profile is where it's at. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
For question number 2, we have a Blue Magoo.
Blue magoo is an indica-dominant hybrid with a rich terpene profile of berries and fruit, and is known to leave the smoker couch-locked and relaxed. We picked up a gram of these diamonds in a shop in Linwood.
Excellent.
That was better.
Beautiful.
Second dab, second question.
All right, so question number 2. How has living in Washington influenced your sound?
Influence my sound. Well, I'm a Washington band junkie, so you name it. Heart, Nirvana, Candlebox, all of that. So I get a lot of my influence, I guess, from this grunge era type of Pacific Northwest.
Kind of the Pearl Jam.
Yeah, and I like that. I get that. So I just like being able to start my music in such an awesome state to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
So I kind of like that part of it all, because I'm just any Washington band, I'm there.
And do you find that the outside of the music scene, the aesthetic, surroundings of the Washington, does that ever influence how your sound comes out or anything like that?
Whoa.
Do you ever think about kind of just where you are when you're creating?
Yeah, on my first album, there was talking about when I went to Arizona, so I was singing about that. And then on my second album, I have a song called Lightbreaker, and it's talking about I was sitting outside and I was playing music, and I was talking about metaphorically of myself, but saying light breaking through the sky.
Okay.
And you can always find your own way type of thing. So I was using the cloudy skies of Washington as a metaphor for myself, but saying that even the light can break through and still shine bright.
Oh man,
That's why I call it Lightbreaker.
And anybody living here long enough knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was kind of like the light within my soul. There's the metaphor from the light of the cloudy day in Washington. So I did get influence from our weather, yes.
That was nice.
But I took it in a different, like, metaphorical way.
So number 3 we have Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington is a sativa-dominant strain known for its uplifting and energetic high and distinct taste of sweet citrus and diesel. We scored a gram of this wax from a shop on 112th Avenue in Everett.
There he is.
All right, so for number 3, you have a relaxing yet upbeat sound with your guitar playing. And you list Pink Floyd as one of your influences, especially on the solos.
Yeah, David Gilmour is a guitar god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second solo for Comfortably Numb always kills me just every time.
Yeah, on the Pulse album. Yeah, the live Pulse album. That's one.
So good. So were there any other particular guitar players or in your life that spurred your desire to learn to play the guitar? How did you?
Wow, Buddy Guy. John Mayer's really good live.
Mhm.
So he's a good guitar player. Let's see. Pink Floyd, Jimmy Page, Queensryche, the Scorpions.
All of the classics.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to like bring like 60s, 70s with the 80s grunge with some like pop. No, and that's kind of what my music is. It's all thrown together.
Mhm.
But I was growing up like around Ozzy and
Oh yeah.
Tracy Chapman. Tracy Chapman was my mom. Ozzy was my dad. Threw it together.
Since you mentioned earlier that you're learning to play a new instrument every year, do you have any favorite multi-instrumentalists out there? Like some people that are just incredibly impressive to you. Like what caused you to kind of want to do that? You know.
Well, the last 6 years I've been teaching myself a new instrument,
Mhm.
and it was because I wanted to test myself.
Okay.
I don't really know anybody else that's very multi-instrumentalist. There's a lot out there, but when I like watch busking videos or something, and then someone's busting out like a didgeridoo and then goes over the piano or something, you're just like, that is awesome. So I figured I would do that. There's a lot of people that can play, like Dave Matthews Band. Like his band is so big and he has multiple instruments. That's kind of cool, but I'm kind of one dude. So,
For sure.
So I don't really know anybody the names off the top of my head, to be honest. But
I think one of my favorite
I wanted
examples.
to be that guy.
I think one of my favorite examples got to be Geddy Lee.
Okay.
I mean, just watch him play Xanadu, singing, playing a double neck bass guitar, and then using the synths with his feet. Like, just like what?
That's impressive to me, and that's why I wanted to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any wrong way to go about getting into music. You know.
No, I like teaching. I have some students I teach. I play music. I've done things for my church. Done things for random people. Done things. I have a talent discovery show. Like. My life is music.
I wanted to give that a watch, actually.
It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, COVID hit and we kind of like went.
I imagine
But
that
we
kind
still,
of, yeah.
K. Will and I still talk together, you know, and we still do things. So we're actually going to get ready to that going. But I'm getting ready to go on like a little mini tour and do some music across the country and sponsor and support everything that I'm doing.
Hell yeah. All right, so you ready to move on for number 4?
Fourth question, fourth dabs.
About halfway done now. All right, so for this one we have Mac and Cookies.
Mac and Cookies is a well-balanced hybrid that is known for its unique taste of cream cheese and butter cookies, and its tendencies to leave the smoker creative and relaxed. We found a gram of these diamonds at a shop in North Broadway in Everett.
Damn, that one hit hard.
That one's ready to go. All right, so for number 4, you recently released your new album, Heartfelt Desires. What has been some of the challenges in releasing the album in the era of COVID?
That one hits so close to home. So we're getting ready to do some music and go around, and then we had to cancel everything because we stopped it. So really, I'm such a face-to-face individual. I do great and crowds and stuff, but it made the whole band kind of do more online things. all meant I needed to do more anyways. So since that last year, I've been doing a little bit more, made the website, did all this, got more promotions and stuff. And that was really cool. So it kind of like, it gave me time to strengthen things that needed to be there. But I used it in a creative way. And then while that time, the whole band members out, shout out Colin and Justino, we made a whole nother second album. So
Awesome.
Another 9 songs. And
So it's been pretty good for the ability to sit and write. And,
the creativity was there and give us time to kind of sit, do some things, work around some stuff, make some promotion videos. It was good, but it was hard for me because I'm such an extrovert that not being able to go on stage and perform for almost a year and over a year now. I was in 2019. I went to 45 shows. I was doing like everything, perform shows. We did a thing at the Tacoma Dome. It was just that was my life. And then all of a sudden it just stopped and it's hard for me because that was half of my income. So we just had to, together as a band, we had to work on something new. And I was like, well, whatever, let's do with this. And that's how we made the new album, promotion videos, and strengthen our internet and our internet side, which was awesome.
Are you actually kind of enjoying doing some of the internet stuff now?
We my bassist Colin, and Justino is my drummer. He does a whole bunch of video editing and stuff, and we as a team we do some stuff. So like our promo videos, he made some.
Okay.
And then I had another guy named John. He helped me with some, but we Yes. We made a lot of cool stuff and we were able to use the downtime in a creative way instead of just stopping.
Exactly.
But yeah, mentally it was hard. For the band, it was great.
What have been some of the rewards so far? I mean, have you noticed that, maybe the trajectory of your band has changed a bit or for the positive?
You're getting closer with my band members as friends and as teammates. Yeah, that's probably the most rewarding thing. Being able to write something, get some lyrics, put a chord progression, and then be like, hey, let's make something together. And now we have this awesome album. Another one coming out.
I know your first one, by the way.
The Heartfelt Desires, they did it too.
I'm digging it so far, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, that one's called Facing the Crowd. But the Heartfelt Desires, we did a show for 3 Doors Down at the Benton Franklin Fair.
Awesome.
Had to think about that for a second. And for Dustin Lynch and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And they were like, hey, let's change up Mercy, which is the last track of Heartfelt Desires. And we brought it, and the ending is just so savage, and we did it that day for our 3 Doors Down event. And I was like, and the crowd loved it. And I was like, oh, I love you guys so much. So, and then we put it on the album. So I love the fact that we can sit down and create and talk and
that's awesome.
Be humble with each other. So being able to connect with my band members, that's the biggest reward.
So for question number 5, we have Blackjack Diamond.
Blackjack is a sativa-dominant hybrid known for its kick of energy and tendencies to leave the smoker chatty and social. We found a gram of this diamond sauce at a shop on 174th in Arlington.
Oh yeah, that looks like it's going good. Excellent. For number 5, the Seattle Hemp Fest has been instrumental in the fight for cannabis education and legislation. You played at Hemp Fest from 2017 to 2019. How has that experience helped shape you as an artist, and how does it compare to playing in a more intimate setting?
It was just, dang, that's a good question. It was really good for me because I've always wanted to do it. So I started out with a blues hip hop band and got me on there, and then I played some solo things, and then the next year I was able to play some songs with that group again, and then the third year I actually played with my whole band. So all 3 years I played with my whole band, but the third year was just my band, and that was really cool. So just being able to play and be like, hey, I've done this, and put that on there and hang out with my friends that were with me during that whole process that are still my friends. And that was really cool because when you live in Washington and you're an artist, as a musician, you want to play there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's not too hard to get on there. You just have to, like, try. You just have to try hard and get good music, be generous, and there's many ways you can try to do it. But for me, it was, I live in Washington. I need to do that. The band needs to do that to be able to have it in its portfolio. So.
I had a buddy's band back in the day who got to play. It was the year we legalized, so that was and just being able to see them get to do it. They weren't even playing as a band anymore at the time. They were already broken up, but they were like, they got asked, so they were like, yeah, you do it, you go do it,
you do it.
And so I can imagine that. It must have been such a fun experience for you.
Yeah, the first year it was awesome. I was like, holy cow, and then it just kept coming. So it was awesome. Made my band members feel good, made me feel good.
And then how does that compare to like say playing in a regular venue?
You could really bigger ones or smaller ones. As long as you really engage the crowd, it's pretty cool. I'll admit sometimes if you're in a small little venue and the walls are kind of coming down and you have like maybe 150 people, but it feels like 500 in there, and you're just up there and it's just warm and shit. Warm and stuff. That's really cool.
Oh, you can curse.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
Yeah, you're good.
So it's more of like an intimate and things like that. But you can also have that. I've had that same moment with, like, at the Three Doors Down thing. As long as they're engaged and you're engaged and you're good stuff, you're pretty cool. So I don't really know. If I had to pick one or the other, probably those little huts. You know, and it's just
really?
like, feels like it's 500 people, but really it's 150 because everybody's just crammed together and they're just like, roar! The energy on that is insane. But if you can get 5,000 people to do that, that's madness. Let's do that.
I miss it so much. So this is dab number 6. We've got Brightberry.
Brightberry is an indica-dominant hybrid known for its unique taste of roasted nuts, mint, and blueberries, and its cerebral high. We picked up a gram of this wax at a shop on 88th Avenue in Tacoma.
Yeah, that looks like it's going nice and good now.
It definitely is.
Very nice. So your current project, the Henry Hagen Band, is described by you as a mission to spread love throughout the universe. When you're writing or playing your music, how do you translate love into sound? And can you explain like your process, the transition?
Love into sound, that's a good one. It's more like trials and tribulations of the life that I have lived so far, and I figured that I could go out and do that and show that, and then when I'm out there, they're like, wow, all right, and then I just spread the love to the people, to everybody, because everybody needs it, and maybe it's because I haven't had that much that I give more, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just kind of waiting for and working really hard to be able to get on stage and then be able to help not just myself, but immediate people, but millions of people at once. So
that'd be awesome.
So I translate the word sound and love into sound by writing my lyrics in my songs for other people to connect with. Okay. And then they can understand that they can find love and wherever it is, and it could be themselves or something that they're doing. It doesn't have to be like, I love you. I mean, it should be, but it could be anything. What you love, what they love, what is loved. What is love, you know? Like, that's the type.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Dabbing with Washington Artists.
Make sure to share with your friends and click like and follow below for more great content. Also, check the links below for the more information about the artists and some of their current projects.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now.